Jai Shri Ram, welcome to Astrology with Abhilasha. Today we are going to pick up topic of Venus and its Ashtakvarga and how we can use this to get the answers regarding our married life, our spouse, and the kind of luxury we can have in life and which direction is prosperous for us. So let's get started. So first of all, let's see what all Venus rules. As many of us must know, Venus rules sperm, private parts, female and male bodily beauty, marriage, vehicle. Sometimes vehicle is also denoted by Mars, but that is a thing of another discussion. Capacity to produce child is also denoted by Venus. And all kind of tangible luxuries we have in our life and emotional pleasures we experience in life is also denoted by Venus. Now, how to use the Ashtakvarga technique for decoding our married life and the direction from which we can have our spouse from. This technique can also be used for the relocation purposes. If we think we have to relocate from our native place, which direction should be prosperous for us, which Rashi and its direction we can choose to activate the Raja Yogas, etc., can also be used in much deeper sense from this simple technique. Now, I have written the directions for related to each Rashi, and there is a group of 3 Rashi which is denoted by single direction. You can look into it. Now, the technique is we have to add the point of all the groups, 3 each. Like for East, we have to add a Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, Sarvashtakvarga point. Similarly, we can have 4 groups. Now, whichever group have the highest point in Sarvashtakvarga, that is the direction in which we can look in for our marriage prospects. A spouse from that direction should be beneficial for us, and we can also relocate to that direction in order to have a prosperous life, and for any endeavor of life that direction will be good. Similarly, we can use this technique to set muhurta as well. Whichever combination shown in this slide shows the ascendant of the muhurta can also be chosen from this very technique. Whichever group shows the highest point, that can be chosen. Now, the probability of us getting a spouse from a particular direction can also be checked, like direction of the sign in the 7th house, sign 7th lord is placed in, direction of sign 7 to Venus, and direction of sign where moon is placed. Now these are multiple directions. How can we curb it down to one single direction? For that, we can again use the Sarvashtakvarga point. Among these signs, whichever sign holds the maximum number is the beneficial direction for us. So we can look into those areas, those states of the country which these direction denotes in order to have a spouse, right? Now the other technique is how to check the marital life will be good and prosperous. So generally in India and elsewhere as well, the youth is considered as the time for marriage. So here in the birth chart, the 5th, 6th, 7th and 8th house denote the segment of youth. So adding the Sarvashtakvarga point of the 5th, 6th, 7th and 8th houses shows us how prosperous or how successful we can be in our youthful time span. So if this comes up to 100 or more, we will enjoy the marital bliss, we will enjoy prosperity and success in all the endeavors of life during the period of youth. Similarly, first to fourth house shows the childhood of a native, and 9 to 12th house shows the old age. So now you know whether a person had a more blissful childhood, youth, or the old age by the number of Sarvashtakvarga. Whichever group have the highest shows that that period was more lucky and prosperous for the native. So similarly, you can use it for other methods also, for decoding other parameters also of life. Now there is a question, which Rashi spouse will we get? That can also be seen from this method which I'm going to tell. And beyond that, which ascendant person, which moon Rashi person will be good for us can also be decoded from this method. This can be used into partnerships as well, beside marriage alone. Sign which have maximum point in moon's Ashtakvarga, that is the sign. If it becomes the ascendant of your spouse, partner, or the moon sign, that will give you solace of your heart. So you will have a great emotional connect with that person. This person can be very lucky and can bring prosperity into your life as well after marriage. Similarly, we can also pick up the sign which have maximum point in Sarvashtakvarga. That sign should also be very prominent in your partner's chart. Avoid it if it happens to be the 6 at 12 of your chart, then you should jump on to the second best. Now these are few two parameters to see if the marriage will be good. More than 25 number of points in the 7th house. There is also a very generic dictum that if the ascendant have more points than the 7th, then you will get a spouse who is not equivalent to you. That is also fine, but more than that, I've seen if there are less than 25 number of points irrespective of the points in the ascendant, then the marriage is not very fruitful one. So having more than 25 points in the 7th house is always appreciated. Now similarly, you can see 9th from Venus is very crucial for the luck factor, for the prosperity factor, for the success factor in your life. From 9th from Venus, if it have more than 30 points, it is really good. Similarly, 7th from Moon should also have good number of points. It also ensures a blissful marriage. But beyond this, added to this, we should also see how it plays in the D1, the other combinations of a good match. But this is an added perk. That is all from my side. Jai Shri Ram. Stay blessed.